And you would think, well, and I know theologically speaking, you know, the Israelites were living in a place called Goshen, which was separated from the children of Egypt. But there were Egyptian taskmasters who lived in Goshen. And they were affected by the plagues. So their house may have been right next door to the Israelite who wasn't affected by the plague. Oh my God, my God. There were people who lived in Egypt properly, Israelites who lived in Egypt properly, who lived next door to probably non-affluent Egyptians, whereas when the angel of death came down, the angel of death skipped over the house where the blood was showing across the doorpost and went to the house where the blood was not showing across the doorpost. My God, my God. Hallelujah. So they were dead. They were, I don't see why they were complaining. Why did they complain? They even came out with wealth. Genesis 15 or 12 tells us how they were going to come out with wealth. Right. We still looking for our 4 acres and a mule. But they came out with money. My God, my God. They came out with wealth. So why were they complaining? And here they are at the Red Sea complaining. Their attitude should have been adjusted by what they had seen God do in the past. Oh, we have the same problem. Our attitude allows us to forget what God has done in the past. If he did it before, he can do it again. Stop just letting it be a song that gets a good rhythm and gets you to tapping your feet, but start thinking in terms of if God brought you out before, he can bring you out again. He's not slack in his promises. His arms have not waxed short. He can do it. My God, my God. So here we are at the Red Sea complaining with a bad attitude. Instead of saying, Lord, I thank you. Lord, I glorify you. Lord, I praise you. Lord, I thank you. I'm going through this desert situation. Instead of being thankful, they were saying like Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately, God? What have you done for me lately, my God, my God? No wonder we're told in the Bible, forget not his what? Forget not his benefits. Don't forget what God has done for you in the past. You go in with the wrong attitude or being ill prepared for the desert experience, you can die or come out worse than how you were when you went in. My God. When you go into the desert with the right preparation, you will not die and you'll come out with power. Jesus went in after a life of obedience to God Almighty as his Father. Went in after a life of obedience to his earthly parents. Oh my God, my God, my God. Went in after a life of obedience to his earthly parents. And when he came out, oh my God. Can I give you another how? How we come out of the desert is also affected by how we are while in the desert.
Oh, come on.
Oh my God. An old saying said, if life gives you lemons, make what? Lemonade. Oh, but we're complaining instead of making lemonade, my God. We're complaining we got too much sugar in our lemonade. Oh, my God. We're complaining about things that we should not be complaining about. There are many instances of Israel complaining in the desert. One time saying to Moses, oh, we wish we were back in Egypt as slaves. As slaves. We were better off as slaves in Egypt. Complain about food, complain about water, complain about simple things which God allowed to happen so that their hearts will be revealed to them. Not so that God would know their hearts. He knew their hearts. The desert experience was meant to shape them, but it was not intended to last as long as it did last. My God, my God. One time after Moses had been gone long, they thought he should have been gone. Now, they thought, right? After he was gone long, they thought he should be gone. They wanted to replace Jehovah Jireh with something that was provided to them. They wanted to take that gold, and they did take that gold and that silver, those inanimate objects that did not breathe, those dumb objects that God even called these dumb objects, a dumb move to try to make dumb objects your gods, right? They took those dumb objects and they shaped a golden calf. How foolish is that? 400 years of slavery. They come out with the wealth that the Egyptians paid them for their slavery, and they tried to make the wealth their God. You're wondering why you come out of the desert still eating farina. You're wondering why you come out of your desert still eating bologna and not steak. You're wondering why you're coming out of your desert situation in a poor condition. It's not God's intention that you come out of your desert situation with lack. It's God's intention that you come out with a greater depth of understanding of who he is. It's God's intention that you would come out giving him glory by opening your mouth, hallelujah, to worship him instead of opening your mouth to complain. It's God's intention that when you come out of the desert, you are not ready to go back in that desert in the same manner in which you went in the first place.
Amen.
My God, my God.
Amen.
You wondering like, Lord, I just came out of the desert, Lord, and I'm still eating farina and hard government cheese. Lord, I'm still going through this. Well, see, while you're in the desert, your attitude has to be right. Otherwise, if you have a poor attitude while in the desert, while you're in the desert, you're robbing yourself of the authority of commanding things to come your way. My God, my God. Another how. How we are in the desert determines how long we stay in the desert. The children of Israel stayed in the desert and they walked around in circles for 40 years. Because their attitude going in and while in the desert was wrong. While you are in the desert, don't be like the children of Israel. While they were in there, they moaned and they groaned and they berated and they walked around in circles seeing the same old patterns, same challenges. Can you imagine walking around seeing the same rock over and over again? After a while, you start recognizing that rock, don't you? My God. When you notice a pattern, but you want different results. Coming down from Blytheville, we always take the same route. We come down, we first pass I-55 past Osceola, then we pass Jordan, we pass Frenchman's Bayou, other places you probably don't know about. We pass through the Jonesboro, Marktree, exit 21, going on I-555. We pass by the Jericho exit, which is exit 714, I believe. We pass through Marion, which is exit 10, and we come down to exit 7. You notice I even know the exit numbers. So I'm familiar with that. I'm familiar with what's at a given exit, And finally we end up here at church after we pass by McDonald's and stuff like that. Same route, which I see the same things, and after a while I may get bored with seeing the same things over and over again. But see, the route is a pattern. And a pattern can become so familiar that I remember every boat in the highway railing along the way. Since I am so overly familiar with the pattern, I should get wise to what's on the route. I should get wise enough to know to break that pattern, I have to go another route. Even though I may arrive at the same place, I can go another route to arrive. See, that's something about the perfect will and the permissive will of God. Hallelujah. You need to understand, because in the permissive will of God, you're going to eventually arrive where he wants you to arrive at. Oh my God, my God. But see, in the perfect will of God, which is the over-encompassing will of God, you're going to bounce around off the wall if you try to walk in the permissive will. Come on. My God, my God. See, I'm not only fond of my route, I know I could take another route. I could come down US 61, pass through every little small, wide place in the road. I could come that way. I could go up to Missouri and then come down through Dyersburg, Tennessee. I could come that way, not as fast, but I still would arrive at the same place. I'll see different things on the route. I'll see a different pattern, but I'll still arrive at the same place. My God, my God. Israel arrived at the promised land after bouncing around for 40 years in the desert. They took the long way to arrive at a place that God wanted them to arrive at. Oh, I tell people all the time that children don't appreciate their parents until they're about age 30. Hallelujah. They go around through life hitting their head up against the wall, not realizing that, wow, my parent, my mom, my dad smarter than I thought they were. Oh, my God, my God. You eventually arrive where God has for you to arrive at, but do you have to arrive with so many knots on your head? My God. Hallelujah. Look at this. Look at this. I did some math. And you do the math. The trip from Egypt should have taken 10 days. So let's say 40 years times 365 days, or 14,600 days. So in other words, if you do the division there, they should have arrived in the promised land 1,460 times, before they did arrive there. But if you're driving without looking for the exit, if you get on I-55 today and you decide that you're going to drive, you can make full circles around this country by all the Lincoln highways. And you will never get off the highway if you're not looking for the exit. Oh my God, my God. Let me move on. About your attitude. When you have the right attitude in the desert, when you come out of the desert, your spiritual eyes are open. Oh, their spiritual eyes are open. There's a story of a man called Elijah in the Bible and his servant called Gehazi. The story goes whereas Elijah and Gehazi were camped in a certain place, and the Syrian king had decided he was going to send someone to look for Elijah in order to bring Elijah to him. In the story, what happened was Gehazi got up early in the morning and went outside and had a look. And while he outside looking, probably doing what men do in the morning, he opened his eyes and began to see. Like, oh my God, look at all these chariots around us. Oh, that's the Syrian army. Oh, that's their top general. Oh my God. And the thing that Gehazi did, Sister Sims, you know what he did? He went back into the tent and said, Master, wake up. They got us surrounded. They got us surrounded. But see, faith speaks a different story. See, faith made Elijah probably turn over and stretched. Oh, yeah, it's all good. Man, you too loud this morning. What's going on, man? Elijah was in a different realm than Gehazi. See, Elijah was in the realm where he saw the work of God all around him all the time. Gehazi was in the natural, in a fear realm, my God, my God. So in the story, when the army of Syria was surrounding them, and he went in and told Elijah what was going on, Gehazi was in a panic mode. Elijah told him, he said, fear not, for those who are with us are greater than those who are against us. Now, look at a moment for your own situation. I want to bless somebody right now. Look at your own situation. If you look in the natural, my God, look in the natural for a moment at your own situation. You look at what the things are that you can see. You see the cost of living. You see the increase in gas prices. You see all these things in the natural. You see the weapons that are being formed against you. You see how your boss is mistreating you. You see how your co-workers are mistreating you. You see how your children are being total knuckleheads. You're seeing all this stuff in the natural, but you have to understand that when greater is operating on the inside of you, that greater overcomes those things that you see with your natural eyes. My God, my God. With your natural eyes, you're like, oh, I'm scared of every weapon. With your spiritual eyes, say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. With your spiritual eyes, my God, my God. With your natural eyes, you see the enemy in the valley with you. But with your spiritual eyes, you see the help that's on the hills, my God. You see the help that God is sending your way with your spiritual eyes, my God, my God. You need to stop looking at things in the natural and start glorifying God for what's occurring in the spirit. Because you need to understand, as many as it is on the earth, there are a whole lot more angels than there are people. Was it 6 billion people? That's a whole bunch of dog chow, boy. That's a whole bunch of food. 6 billion people. 6 billion people, that's a whole bunch. But the Bible lets us know that there are a whole lot more angels than there are humans. A whole lot more. It lets us know, my God, that you don't have to worry about a thing. It lets you know that God has this. He's good at what he does, my God, my God. Another thing in the desert, and this is real important. Consistency is important when you come out of the desert as well as when you go into the desert. I was listening to Fred Price on this morning, Sister Gloria, and he said, if I ever come to church, he has a mega ministry. Hundreds of thousands or whatever, several thousand or 20,000, his ministry throughout the world. He said about his church, and I was like, whoa. He said, if I ever come to church and everybody is on time and in place, I think I'll faint. I think I'll faint. Then he went further and said that if only the staff was on time and in place. See, we want consistency in our blessings, but we will not be consistent in our service to the Lord. Oh, my God, my God. See, we're taking advantage of the grace of God. I tell you what, you do the same thing. You be 30 minutes late going to work and see what happened after a while. But we're taking advantage of the grace and mercy of God, and we're dragging ourselves up into the house of God 20, 30 minutes late, causing even more frustration on the pastor trying to get things going. Oh, stop, Pastor. But we want consistency in our blessing. Amen. We want consistency. Pastor, I come every other Sunday, and I tithe on every day that ends with a Z. I come every other Sunday, my God, And when I do come just a few minutes late. Question: who believes that God gives us air to breathe? I think anybody don't believe that, you know. Anybody don't believe that? Just give me an amen if you do believe that. Amen. Give me an amen if you do believe that. Amen. Oh, okay, so I know I got consensus from everybody that we do believe that God gives us air to breathe, right? Okay. What if you was just a few minutes late with that air? Oh, Jesus. With that next breath of air? Oh, man, you'd be calling for something, wouldn't you? Defibrillator or something, oxygen tank, you'd be calling for scuba gear or something. What if he was just a few minutes late with that breath of air? Yes. What if all it takes is a moment for you to lose your life or to end up in a vegetative state? But what if God was as slack on his deliverance of the promises as we are on the promises that we make to do right by him? My God, my God, my God. Coming out of the desert requires consistency. Jesus was consistent when he came out of the desert. He was consistent before he went in. That's right. The children of Israel came out of an inconsistent wilderness experience and continued with their inconsistency. They won Jericho, stole at Jericho, then they failed at IE. Totally inconsistent. Something that speaks to the importance of consistency is a question. Who are you obedient to while you're in the desert? Oh, my God, my God. Hallelujah. Who are you obedient to while in the desert, my God? See, the enemy will try to come to you and appear to be closer to you than God is. And he'll try to get you to be obedient to him while you're in your desert situation. But see, if you're obedient to the enemy while you're in your desert situation, you are not walking by faith, you're walking by the flesh. Amen. My God, my God. I know it's easy. It's easy. But you know, your consistency helps to determine even how long you are in the desert. It's so easy to be angry in the desert. And when we allow anger to control us, we are doing what? We are catering to the flesh. But by being obedient to God in the desert, when you come out, the time in the desert is shortened and you grow and you grow. If you want to check how long you've been in the desert, just take a look at your shoes. I'm talking about your spiritual shoes when they get a little worn thin, when you start getting a little nervous about everything, when you open your, oh, stop, Pastor, I ain't stopping. Hallelujah. It'll let you know how long you've been in a desert situation. When Jesus came out of the desert, he came out showing us how to do it, though. He came out showing us how to do it. He immediately came out and preached the greatest sermon known to man. The sermon would set the foundation for Christian behavior. Up until that time, up until the time of Jesus, the outlook was, if you spit on me, I'm going to spit on you and your folks. Or even worse, if you hate me, I'm going to hate you worse. You kill my dog, I'm going to kill your cat and the kittens that it had. That was the outlook. It was an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, or even more. If you do something against me, even if it was an accident that this occurred in, then I'm going to hold you accountable and responsible for 4 or 5 generations. My God. That was the outlook. That was the outlook. Vengeance, though it belonged to God, man exercised it before Jesus came. But Jesus came out of the desert and he said some weird stuff like, turn the other cheek. What? He said stuff like, if they take one thing from you, give them something else. What? That's just crazy talk. said things like, oh, I know it's been told